learned from the lesson. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel like it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it down, we gon' get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watches coming into August 21st, 2020, and the stock market is going to be froggy tomorrow. So if you're not familiar with what that means, that is a cult classic option term, and it means option prices lagging behind the price of the movement. So we saw an interesting move today, and kind of considering some of the moves, and we're on the heels of earnings, there is going to be some opportunity. So I hope you're ready. But today was pretty simple. We don't have too much to go over. I want to go over the keys. I want to focus on some of the plays and strategy looking at tomorrow, and then also some of the plays we made today. We had a huge pump fake of a play, but it was really good to look at and good to learn from, as well as some of the econ lessons. So shout out to the Colt, but got the keys, plays, all that. So let us not delay. You guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's the first link in the description, and it is pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning. It's free 99. It costs you nothing to join. YouTube.com/thestockmarket. You can post the play, see the plays, watch the watch list come to life, and yes, you might even catch Nigel Chadberry hunting frogs tomorrow. It might be a big day. Yash might be there. I hope you bring a friend to Colt Day. I hope you bring your piece. Bring your piece to Colt Day. And yeah, and the most important thing you need to do, post your watches below. Let us know what you're looking at. Got any plays, comments, remixes, anything, post them below and source that info. So right off the bat, like I said, there wasn't a lot today. The only thing today was kind of like a day that we've seen when the jobless claim numbers come out, but the jobless claim numbers were bad. It was a little bit bigger than expected. It wasn't something too crazy, but the jobless claims is back above 1 million. So that was kind of like a landmark number. However, we saw what we're used to seeing with these jobs reports. Market kind of gapped down and then just went straight up. So today was interesting at some points. It was interesting with the premium, even some of the plays we had, but there was still a lot of big individual movers, and then there was individual news, especially with the Uber and Lyft. Then there was like some Facebook news. There's a bunch of Zoom hitting all-time highs again, even the bounce, Apple killing it again with the 2 trillion market cap. So a lot of like little company events, but there's only one real broad thing. We didn't hear almost anything about Congress or the stimulus this week. Again, it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. That's usually what happens. Again, it's the end of the week at this point, so I thought that was pretty interesting. However, this is why I think tomorrow could potentially be very, very froggy, but it's the moment of truth to some point. You know, you're at that moment of truth. You're either going to melt up from here, and we're going to kind of stay at this slow pace till volume kind of returns back from normal and summer really wraps up. Again, you're right there, 338.66, all-time highs, record highs. So it's about what happens from here, or we wait. It's kind of going to be like earnings. All of a sudden, there might be a switch or vaccine news or something that just sets it off. So we will see, but all in all, I have told you guys what I have been looking at, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here, and it's going to guide me kind of the rest of this. Again, once we see summer really end, again, this is still that summer mode, but I'm watching the commodities. I'm watching prices. Keep an eye on oil too. We haven't really heard anything from there, but it should be a pretty calm close to the week, maybe even close to the month. We will see, but keep your eyes peeled. You guys know what to watch for, but that is pretty much it. I hope you're ready for tomorrow. So let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, this was probably the craziest trade, this Uber trade. So this one really, it messed with us here, but I think it was a good trade. It's even, you know, that's hard to say, but we executed it poorly, but the logic was there. I did this on the small account and the big account. We got these Ubers right here at 11:07, so this was early in the day, like right around here, a few hours in. But I grabbed the next week 24.50 put. I bought 100 of them, and I got them at 8 cents. I got them on the small account on Robinhood. I got like 2 for 6 cents, and then I got another 24 as well. But we bought these at 8 cents, and it was very, very interesting. So here's a chart so you guys could kind of see what happened here. And this is where you could even see implied volatility. I think it's best to see it here. But pretty much now, I got these in the morning. I grabbed 100 of them, and the idea was we knew Uber has this case, Uber and Lyft, that if they lost, it would mean that they were going to have to shut down. Even a lot of people who had Uber in California, you got a notification. It was talked about yesterday, and even then with the premium, I kind of used my premium trick. I got the first set at 6, And then I had to get Chase for the 8 cents, but it was slightly up, about 30% higher than what it was at the day before. So stock was even down about like 1% almost at the time. So the idea was playing this event with the court case. It's an event, we know it was happening. So then we got it at 11:07. We got it very, very early. Actually here, so you see, this is the underlying stock. This is the option. So we got it again throughout the day. It went up to like 13 cents. I held it for the reason we're holding till the court case. I didn't quick flip it, didn't get my initial investment back. And then suddenly throughout the day, Uber starts dropping. You see the premiums start to go up, and then you could really understand implied volatility through here because Lyft posted on their website that they're canceling 11:59, that they're stopping all rides. And then Uber did the same thing shortly after. So then the fact that that came out and they posted that, people started freaking out. People were like, okay, damn, then this must really be something. So that's why the premium continued and really started to skyrocket here. And for about like 15 minutes, it held a very, very good price. Again, we bought these at like 6 or 8 cents. The stock kept dropping as this news came out, and then it started to bounce. And now no other news broke at this point. And then you could see here, we talked about it. Even though the option went up, I said I still liked it. I said I'm going to hold till the play again. Even here, I didn't sell back for my initial investment. I said I was going to get greedy. It was a pretty fun play to watch. You guys really got to see the logic and breakdown from it. And like I said, why it's a good play, because given the fact that I was identifying an event that would move and make out of the money options move a lot, we were right on that, but it was the wrong way. So terrible execution, even down to taking, we could have made it free. That would have probably made it a little bit better of a play. But again, like I was saying with the option pricing, it was holding up. So even though the stock was going up now, this option was still holding, because even though the stock was going up, why would it hold? Think anticipation. People are still saying, well, there's this court case, regardless of the stock price, there's kind of an insurance event. It would make sure why the puts are there. And then all of a sudden, there was the final rip in the stock. And then the news came out. I even sold out here. I eventually sold out. Again, I bought them at 8 cents. I believe I sold them. I sold most of them out at around 9 cents, 1 penny. I think I made like $100. I think even after commissions, probably like $50. And that was just because what the news was, they got a delay. Pretty much it would allow them to operate while they're figuring this out. So it wasn't pretty much the same effect. Now the anticipation, why people would imply to hold this, why would you expect the stock to drop 14% the next 2 weeks, especially if they got a delay? I sold out. Again, all of the, you could see this whole option chain from that moment. Everything depreciated really, really heavily. That was just the moment where it's like, wait, hold on. There's just a whole new reason to why you would buy these puts all across the board. Now, that being said, we made that play. I like it. I want to see if I could get back into it with more time maybe, and we own Uber shares, so we could find a way to balance. But if anything, tomorrow, depending on how this was, because this was widely talked about, it's been widely trending on Twitter, this could be one for the frogs. So that means when an option price trails behind the move. So in this case, you could kind of see some of these puts. We could even go on the call side. The idea, this is extremely risky. Again, do not do this. None of this is a recommendation. I'm going to look for these on the daily, but even playing some of these next weeks will be important. So we're going to be looking for some to trail behind. Again, Uber will be one, but now let me actually tell you about the next play. Nvidia, I made this one. This one got clapped. This is why I might consider it to be a frog. But remember, you need the underlying stock to move. So if Nvidia doesn't move and have a continuation, this isn't going to work. So another play that I made today, I grabbed 5 of the next week Nvidia 610s at 50 cents. So about $250. Here they are, but I spent 50 cents on them, so we got really, really clapped. They barely even went up, and then they just fell. So they already had a premium crush. I said I didn't really like them again. I could have got them for like 16 cents. They were getting inflated. I bit the bullet, and I really, really got clapped on here. However, these are the next week, so I like that they have time, but I want to look at some of these contracts expiring tomorrow. But the IV on Nvidia is really, really weird. But you could kind of see here, some of these look like little frogs forming. We call it a frog because you could make little eyes, but the idea is what you're going to see is the stock price is going to move. The options depreciate because they're dailies, and then eventually, though, if it starts moving in its favor, the idea is to get the cheapest premium possible. And eventually, the option premium will converge with the stock premium. So we have a whole video on it explaining it, but I think this is going to be something I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. But that was the second play we made and that I'm watching. And then another one, I think, again, why I like all these as froggers, and I've already played them too, so I guess I'm a little biased there. But the idea I like is that they are earnings continuation. So finally, or actually, I guess Intel is a continuation off the buyback news, but there's some level of catalyst. But the last play I got, Intel 5750s, I got 10 of the October ones at 3 cents or 30 cents. And they pretty much just held their value all throughout the day. So I had to pay a little bit of premium on this because I was watching, I think these ones pretty much, you could have got these ones at not too big of a premium, like 2 cents above what they were going at, but these are a little bit further the money, so I decided to go with the 5750s instead. Even though it shows a higher 50% premium, I figured that would be better than getting the ones out of the money, which might not appreciate as much. So that was the final play, but I'm going to watch for Intel again. They had a big move, a lot of volume off of that buyback news, so that was important. Then finally, as far as everything else, tomorrow I'm going to watch Tesla. It's going to be kind of, I think, the last day before the recording of the split, so they've been moving a lot. They went above 2,000. I think that could be a crazy frog if you're feeling crazy tomorrow. Maybe Yash comes out, but watch them. Watch Zoom, again, hitting all-time high. Dude, 290 is insane. But again, a lot of exuberance, and it could be a breakout, but watch for frogs, cheap premium. Again, let the premium be the dictator of some of the plays. That's been saving us lately. And when you don't follow the premium, it has been killing us. So watch them. Watch the JP Morgans and Bank of America. I really like them if anything else happens. McDonald's, we were watching this last week for the frog or even for a crazy play. It kind of kicked up today, but not too much. But I like it. That's kind of a runner-up on the frog list. Then Walmart, they are post-earnings, slow mover. They could be crazy, but just watch them. However, just don't forget about Walmart, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. And we still have that older play. Watch them. Watch Beyond. I guess they had some movement, and even after earnings and all that, they're holding up, so it might be a good time. I was even thinking about them on the long term, but it's still like 50% higher than where we got it, so I could be patient. And then Baba, they had earnings. This could be a good continuation. It helped our EEM play out a little bit, but watch them. There's also some China stocks like JD, I believe, got just like sweeps and stuff like that, but I'm going to be watching those. And then SLV, I looked at the premiums today. I'm not quite ready, but I'm watching them, and I want to just see the overall spot prices of commodities and how that's going to affect everything else. But all in all, I want to see kind of how we open tomorrow, if there's any other news. Otherwise, I'm going to be focusing on continuations, the earnings, looking for frogs, and that is pretty much it. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you focused, balanced budget, not gambling, not scrambling. Focus on the cash balance and dust off your shoulders if there's any mistakes. But don't forget the long term. But the code loves you. I love you. And we'll see you in the morning. Let's go.